Does she have it? Shit. Oh my god, it's Kendra in the car.
No aroma?
You know me?
Know you? Who doesn't? The waterless fish tank? And my all-time favorite, the front pack. You know about that? Who told you?
You did. On your podcast.
Listen to my podcast.
My time's expensive, and you're at $6 million. Kendra, I need a telepathic conference call from China.
I've been in charge of recruitment for his incubator for the last year. I thought given your narcissism and your overt inability to see your numerous flaws, I thought you had the right walk.
I lead with my hips. Mm-hmm.
Sign it.
This is so fucking
It's a
weird.
contract. You invent for me, I invest in you.
My lawyer will need to look this over. He's in the gym.
My offer expires in 10 seconds.
I accept.
It's not a mini Etch-a-Sketch.
How do I know where to go or when to show up?
Yes.
My purpose.
This is the last thing I was expecting. That was great.
Okay?
Yeah.
I could never really envision my life that far ahead. The future.
Am I in it?
If I'm lucky.
Prom's over. The Hogwarts pyramid just took down the DJ.
After party at my house, eyebrows be damned. This is the best night of my life.
No.
What's going on?
Fuck a duck.
He's gone.
It was peaceful. Let it out.
The best stuff in honor of your Abuelita is called the afterlife.
Oh, so he had his party for... She wanted everybody to have a celebration.
Don't have time for this right now, okay? I'm trying to make sure that the service goes right.
Jamal, there was a budget, and I don't understand.
She said it, and I quote, don't let Henny cheap out on the wine.
I'm gonna miss that bitch.
Nunca se me van a olvidar.
And I will never forget she was almost my grandma.
Wait, oh my god, isn't that the girl who married Ruby's brother?
En un carro o en la cama, Marisol hizo cosas que nunca se me van a olvidar.
And I will never forget she was almost my grandma. She really knew how to hold a baby and make a stiff drink.
I saw her stiff once, floating in the air.
An autobiography of sorts.
Don't you think it's a little too soon to write your memoir?
Nah, I've lived a lot of life. Oscar's face works on a baby.
Can't wait to meet her.
Come in.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because that's what my abuelita called me. I wanted to be celebrated and not mourned. And who showed us all how to live.
I thought I had whiskey somewhere around here. I don't. Jay moved it. That douche. I feel like I need to cheers to Abuelita.
To Marisol.
To Marisol. Chivo. He's so excited.
Pantry in 5.
You know how I feel about canned goods.
Ooh, I'll crack some open.
I got that's how the first season started. Oh.
Feels so long ago.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Which led us to Lil Ricky.
Where's the money?
Without you, I wouldn't still be here.
Thank you for thanking me. Really? Listen to the lady, please. What lady? Where?
In the first one, too, he's like, Monse, if you were a girl. She's like, I am a girl.
So, Monse, how do you think our story ended?
My abuelita left us something. It's a map. She made us a map. A map to what?
To the money.
What? I think I should take lead on this
Wait.
one.
No.
What do you mean?
Is this Roller World again?
Yes, it's Roller World. I have to go to college. I can't do this. Where's Jasmine?
We make the impossible look easy for sheezy. I'll never leave my block. We know the spots for my block.
I miss this show.
I wouldn't trade it for the world because I love these ghetto boys and girls.
I don't have any tequila, which was, as we all know, everyone's favorite abuelita's favorite drink. But I do have 10-year-old aged bowl of bourbon. So, cheers to Marisol, everyone's favorite abuelita. Oh, I loved her. Ooh, that was rough. The episode, not the bourbon. All right, so there you have it. The finale, the complete ending to the entire series of On My Block. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It felt like a finale, but it also kind of just gave the warmth of a normal episode, so you weren't too upset that it was ending. They didn't hit you with all the finality of it until the very, very end, and they wrapped up everything. We saw everyone's faces, said goodbye to some people. We had a revisit to some older characters that we've seen in previous episodes. I'm fairly certain that the guy talking to the blonde girl is Miguel, because Abuelita keeps referencing this guy Miguel that she's been hooking up with, and then he's talking about hooking up in the car, and I can't remember. I feel like my brain starts to make things up sometimes, but I'm fairly certain in the second or third season, we even see her with a guy. Like, I'm pretty sure a guy is like in her house or something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know for a fact that she talks about Miguel. So I'm assuming that that guy is Miguel. I'm pretty sure that the blonde girl that he is talking to is the girl that is getting married to Ruby's brother. And she was so funny all the time.
I'm so sorry about your recent loss. My heart goes out to all of you.
She could hang with them, but at the same time, they all looked at her like, what the fuck are you doing here? But she really did love Ruby's brother, and she was pregnant. And that's why they basically were forced to accept her into the family. I love how they showed Chivo one last time. I love how we got the freaking Oscar flashback with him in the mirror, helping him tie his tie. That was so beautiful, just to see him smile one last time and help Caesar through. And it was kind of foreshadowing, like, I'm always going to be here for you. Oscar's always going to be there for Caesar, even though he's not here physically anymore. He is always going to be in his head, in his mind, helping him through these things that he needs help with, and just, giving him the inspiration, the extra push that he's always needed his whole life, that Oscar's always given him. He's always going to be in his heart. I thought that was beautiful. I loved getting Kendra at the very, very beginning of the season. I'm like, where the hell is Kendra? She just vanished. There's no reference to her. Jamal just ends up being this player out of nowhere, and there's no reference to Kendra. And then we got a reference to Kendra in the last episode or the one before that. She just vanished. Where the fuck is Kendra? She ends up being or working for his idol, who offers him a job, and that's who's in the car. We got an answer to who's in the car, and that was perfect. I pride myself on figuring out things like this, like figuring out endings. On YouTube, people were like, how did you know that Oscar was going to die? How'd you know that Oscar was going to die? I could just see it. I could see the foreshadowing of it, how everything was so perfect in his life. You go get the shot glasses, I'll go get the good tequila, and there's all this happy music. Why are they separating? I've watched so many freaking shows and movies that I can usually predict and pick up on things like that. I pride myself on that. I never ever would have went there. My mind never would have went to it being him and him getting the job offer and having Kendra be in the car. That was so freaking funny. That was awesome. I loved that. I kind of annoyed that they had Vero go to prom with Caesar, but at the same time, I do get it. Him and Vero were in a relationship most recently. Granted, there's always going to be that history and that love between him and Monse. We even see where she says, do you see me in your future? And he says, hopefully, they want to be with each other, but it's hard because there's so much history and so many things that they have to kind of work past and work through in order to get to a perfect relationship of where they want to be. And getting into a relationship right now probably isn't the best thing for them. I much would have rather them go as friends, but him going with Vero, okay, it kind of introduced the conversation that they had in the bathroom, but I don't think they had to have them go to prom in order to have that conversation. She helps Vero out. Does anybody have a tampon? Like, women, we've all been there. That happened to me on my freaking graduation. On graduation day in high school, and I had a white cap and gown. Yeah. It fucking sucked. So, girl, I get it. And so I think that was sweet. I'm glad that they had, I think it was funny that they had Jasmine say what she said about her, but then I think it was nice that they had Monse actually give her what she needed and helped her. And that was sweet. You look pretty too. It was nice. It refreshes your mind to remember that these are all kids. These are all high schoolers. Yes, they're going through traumatic, serious shit, but they're all kids at the heart of it, and it's like what we had with Latrell in the last episode, that conversation. Ruby even says, I know you were a stupid kid, you were forced into certain things and to do certain things. You didn't know what you were doing, the repercussions, and the after, as little Ricky says, no one thinks of the after. So it's, I like that they had that conversation between the girls. Ruby and his freaking eyebrows were hysterical. Him pointing out that the girl is making a big deal out of winning prom queen, and then I knew that he was gonna win it and scream. He's just like, ah, and he's in the back doing his wave. That was pure gold. Absolutely wonderful. He throws Jamal off the stage. So fucking funny. Jasmine, again, going back to the bathroom, the conversation that she has with Monse, just empowering Monse. Jasmine's always been this voice for Monse of just strength and encouragement, and just to drive forward and never look back and just keep on going. And I just love that relationship for them, because Monse has also helped Jasmine through a lot of things as well. And I love that they incorporated Jasmine into the more main part of the story, because at the beginning of the series, she wasn't one of our main characters. She was just this kooky, crazy girl that kind of interjected herself into these situations, and they were kind of annoyed by her, and it was frustrating, but we all thought she was funny. I love how she became a main character, because she's so important to the story, and her whole story arc with her father, and it's just so amazing where she's gotten to, coming from where she was. And so I loved that Monse reads her mom's story finally. It's the closure that I knew she was going to get, that she desperately needed. It tells the entire story of what she went through with Monse and her father, the entire story of the new man that she married and her children, and it tells that she did make up these lies about being a battered woman, and she did make up these lies about where she came from and what she went through, and she lied through into her new life as well. So it's very easy to be mad at people that do that are like that. And I've been guilty of it too, where I just get angry at certain people for lying and doing things like that. It's human nature. But at the end of the day, it's sad. It's more sad than it is frustrating, because these people feel like they actually have to hide who they truly are, and they can't be themselves, even with their own families. And that's so sad, to just not be able to have the freedom to be yourself and express who you are. Whatever issues you've had in your past, to hide those is something that I think people need to get out of the habit of doing, because if you can't tell people who you truly were and then say, like, here I am now, look at me, I feel amazing, it's never going to help anybody else that's going through the same thing. Whether you have an addiction of some sort, or if you have anxiety disorders, any kind of mental disorder. I don't even like using the word disorder, issues, anything like that. If you can't say that's who I was, that's what I went through, and I got out of it, and I'm strong, and this is who I am now, it's sad. And in Monse's mom's case, she was hiding Monse because of who Monse was and what she looked like. And it's a very shameful thing, but again, to not be able to admit that to yourself and the people around you in order to work through it, it just makes you a very sad, closed off, depressed person. So I think that's what Monse was trying to say at the very end, where she's like, hey, she admitted it all in this book. She did feel this way. She wasn't actually trying to fully hide anything. And so let's celebrate that. The fact that she actually was going through these emotions and this anger and with herself, and let's celebrate it and become a family. Let's celebrate the truth and the honesty and be there for each other, because we just have this new family now, and it's awesome. So I think that's great that they wrapped up that. And last but not least, my Abuelita. I knew that she was gonna die. I absolutely knew it. The second I found out she was sick, I was like, there you go. They could have ended the series with her just having cancer and not dying, but you want an impactful ending, and life's not fair, so why should our TV shows be also? Abuelita died, and unfortunately, the jerk that was writing spoilers on my YouTube page, that was one of them. After I asked him to please not post any spoilers any further, he purposely posted, oh, it sucks that Abuelita died, which it didn't matter because I knew it was coming. So it wasn't really a spoiler. I knew that they were going to do that. However, this show, the reason I love this show so much is because, again, I pride myself on figuring things out. And with this show, I tend to figure things out, yet still be surprised by something small. And so I knew that Abuelita was going to die. I totally forgot the conversation. Like, I didn't forget it, but I was like, oh yeah, the conversation where she says, I want people to celebrate me. You know, I don't want it to be this sad mourning thing. I want people to celebrate me and have a party and be happy. And so I'm even thinking to myself, like, this episode only has like 5 minutes left. How are they going to kill Abuelita and do all this stuff? Like, she's got to die, right? We have the core four leaving the prom and Ruby saying, let's have an after party at my house. Him walking in, finding his parents, getting the news that Abuelita's gone. And within seconds, he just merges that idea of, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate her life. We're going to get all the people that knew her and loved her together to tell stories, to drink, to smoke, to honor who she was and have a party because that's what she would want to have. And so I think that was just a beautiful way to wrap it up. That was a beautiful way to end it. And I loved it. I thought it was perfect. I have absolutely no complaints because then at the very, very, like, granted, we didn't get who killed Oscar, but I went over that in the last episode and this episode. That's what Oscar wanted. That was the whole point of him not telling Caesar and shaking his head no when Caesar asked, because he wants it to end, just end. If there's anything that I want, it's to not have you go and kill someone and ruin your life. I want it to end. That would make me happy. I want it to end with me and have it be done and have you get out and live a good life. And so I will accept that. And it's interesting that they left that on a cliffhanger for us too. I'm like, I want an answer, but at the same time, does it matter? You know, like, does it, I guess that's what they were trying to say to Caesar too. Like, does it matter? You kill someone. Okay, like, what now? Does it matter? We find out it's the Santos. Then we're mad at Sad Eyes and Joker. It's the Prophets. We're mad at them. If, you know, like, it just wouldn't matter. So we got an answer for the car. We didn't get an answer for Oscar, but I'm okay. And I think, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. I feel like the map was referencing the rollerball money because I've been talking about it throughout the whole entire season. In the last episode of season 3, Oscar's talking to Abuelita and she's patching him up, and she says to him, so what are you going to do with it? The money. And he just looks at her, and then they end the scene, and it's never brought up again. I think he gave her the money. I think she hid the money. Because he's thinking, I can't give this to these kids. Granted, they're smart kids, but I think Abuelita's smarter. And for her to be responsible for this, it makes me feel a lot safer, a lot better. Because it's a large sum of money. It's not like she's going to steal it from them. She'll do right by them. So I think he gave it to her. And then she, like she did with the letters that she sent, is giving them one last treasure hunt, one last adventure to do with each other before they all go away and separate. And I think that was really cute, and I love that. I loved that they ended it. It was like kind of, I hate shows and movies that end on severe cliffhangers. I'm okay with you ending on a cliffhanger, but I want it to like slightly lean towards one side. Because I like a good debate. So I'll debate why I think it shouldn't lean towards that side, or why, even though it's leaning towards that side, I think it's going to go this way. I like a good debate, but I want to know what the vision is of the writer, of the director, of the people who are telling the story. I want to know what your opinion is. So you can end it on a cliffhanger, but like curve it slightly. You know, so I love that they left Oscar's killer on a cliffhanger because we understand the purpose. All about the purpose. I love that they ended the rollerball money on a cliffhanger because it's pretty much insinuated that that's what the map that Abuelita left us for. And it's just, again, the end. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I swear I would not change one thing. I really wouldn't. But I'm curious to hear what y'all think, because if you think that there's something that you would change or something that annoyed you or that you weren't a fan of, let me know, because I'm interested to see what everyone thought of this finale. I thought it was amazing. Oh, and the ending where they're all looking over the brick blocks. The brick wall, I used that as a clip in the 5th or 6th episode. I think it was the 5th episode edit. I used that as a clip because that's at the very, very beginning of the very, very first episode. That's how they open up. They all look over and they're looking. I think it's Ruby's brother's party. And then Oscar's guys come and they're like, what are you doing? And memories. You'll have to go check out Viewmaster's reactions. Again, that's my brother. I got him started on this show, but he has not seen anything. So he is starting from season 1, episode 1, which is already on his Patreon right now. And yeah, so I think I'm probably gonna edit his reactions because I think I'm gonna have a really fun time rewatching and going through everything. And yeah, it's gonna be fun, but that's it. I guess I'll stop talking now. That's it. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this season 4 On My Block adventure. That was so fun. I am so sad that the series is ending, but I'm so excited to have had this amazing season that we had, because sometimes it just doesn't work out. It doesn't go good or the episodes don't flow, but every single one of these freaking episodes was gold. I have to say this might actually even be my favorite season, but I guess we'll just have to start from the beginning and watch again, won't we? Everyone throw a like a bird like if you do or do not like what you see, but comment down below, let me know, I subscribe if you have not yet. We do fun things here. Ring-a-ling-a-ling the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. Follow us on Instagram at @star_chef_productions. But that is it. So long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when you might need it next. Bye.